What's going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel. I'm recording this video at an earlier time than I recorded that last video, so expect some more noise in the background. People are awake. It's actually daytime. As always, I apologize about it. You know, I live in a very busy intersection and there's not really much I can do about the loud cars that go by outside. Eventually I'll be able to afford, you know, things that isolate the sound and those sound panels on the walls. I don't even know if that really helps, but yeah, I might try to do that sometime. In any case, we're here to listen to a group, an artist that I have never heard before. I've heard of them, but I've never heard them before. So I don't know if it's a group. I don't know if it's a single guy who's just called Flatbush Zombies. I don't know anything about them really. I've had a lot of recommendations from you guys to listen to them out of laziness. And of course also an actual lack of time because I was covering other artists. I just never ended up getting to them. I just never got around to them, but they've dropped a new project called Now More Than Ever, very recent, and I finally have a chance to cover them and their music. And who knows, maybe this will be an introduction into the other albums that they've got, and with some free time that I've got this month, I'll be able to get into that because I don't think we have too many major drops happening this month. So I'll have to get a little creative with the videos that I'm putting out. I might be able to get back into some of these older artists. And of course, it's something that I'm excited about. I love listening to new music. So I hope you guys are excited as well. I'm sure that if you're here, you're interested in this, so thank you for being here. I will get some of these plugs out of the way before we jump right into the music. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who supported the channel. We finally hit 16,000 subscribers, and that's huge. A special shout out to the patrons and the members of the channel. They're the reason that I'm able to crowdfund all of these different ideas and different series and segments that I want to implement onto the channel. They help me get equipment. They help me, you know, set aside more time to actually produce the content, and I actually have some more rewards for the patrons that I'm going to be announcing very soon in the next few days. So yeah, just huge shout out to those guys. They're the main supporters, and then we also have all the subscribers, people who share the videos, there are people who like the videos and comment on them. I mean, all you guys have just been super supportive, and I'm very appreciative of all of you guys. I would really appreciate it if some of you guys were able to check out some of those tiers on Patreon or on the memberships options at on YouTube. Check out the tiers, check out the rewards, and see if it's worth your while to help support the channel that way. Like I said, I'm working on getting some more rewards on there, and the more patrons we have, naturally, the more rewards we'll have to give back. And anyways, yeah, if you can't remember to subscribe, like the videos, share, all of that, you can support the channel a myriad of different ways, and I appreciate every single one of them. So thank you guys so much. And with those plugs out of the way, let's get into the first track of Now More Than Ever. This is Herb. Or Herb. There's a lot of character to his voice. I'm really enjoying the way that it sounds and the way that he's flowing on this track. And the production sounds very interesting as well, but I just really wanted to highlight how unique his actual voice sounds. I think it's interesting. A freezer? What? This rides, and it's pretty catchy too. Yeah. This is smooth. Look, I am way over my head. I could do this every day without a taste. I get hold to the blind and the beat. Let's go. Yo. The aggression. So from what I was able to hear, I think that there were 3 rappers on there. Is this a group of 3 people? That's at least what I was able to hear. The person who did the first verse and does the hook has the most interesting voice, I think. The most unique voice, the one that has the most character to it. The guy that rapped that third verse has a very aggressive delivery. He's got a very hard sounding voice, you know, the very husky, abrasive voice, and that's probably the second most interesting voice in my opinion. And the guy in the middle actually has a softer sound to his vocals, like a smoother voice tone. But he actually had some of the most confidence in his delivery, and he was flowing really well in this beat. And I thought that his verse was extremely interesting to listen to because of that too. Very skillful delivery, very confident, very great display of like bravado, you know. I think it's really cool. The chorus was fun, and the production was really smooth too. I liked how interesting it was and how it sounded like there were almost like some guitars distorted in the background to kind of create that really cool swing to the track. Really nice intro, very interesting. Definitely hooked me and gripped my attention, you know. Iamlegend is track 2. A little bit of ASM rap right there, you know, with the whispering. Kind of interesting. The whispering is very hit or miss whenever it happens. It really depends on the actual layering of the vocals and the production for me to really enjoy it. I think that one was pretty well done. If we're talking about like the 21 Savage whispering on Don't Come Out the House Because the Gang Outside, I forget the name of that track. I think it's Don't Come Out the House. Yeah, that one I didn't really enjoy so much. So this ASM rap, hit or miss, this one was fine. Kinda sounds like Lil Wayne, but with less punchlines. Yeah, the beat was interesting. The melodies going on in the beat are very laid back, they're very subtle. They're very kind of quiet in comparison to some of the other sounds. Some very nice little soft synths going on. They almost sound a little muffled. Maybe it could be a pad as well. Playing kind of just a really simple dark melody for them to rap over. Very hard hitting drums. Very intense beginning to this track, starting off with that really aggressive, harsh, like abrasive delivery. Again, the ASM rap for the hook, the whispering rap. It sounds just fine. Definitely not as interesting to me as that first track, but still very well executed. An attention-grabbing track for sure. I just would have liked the beat to be a little bit more complex, a few more layers over the top, just to really make this beat shine, because they did great jobs of performing on the track for sure. Quicksand is next. You know, the last video I recorded at like 1 in the morning almost. And you would think that at 1 a.m. you wouldn't really hear this kind of stuff going on outside. Didn't really make that much of a difference. Motorcycles still went by just as loud. A bunch of cars still went by honking and making noise. People just don't care down here, man. It's crazy. Don't pray for me. Pray for me. Don't cry for me. My problems is real. My problems is real. I tried to run from my problems. Man. I swallow my courage and then I swallow my fears and then I swallow every outlet in the layered vocal on top of this just makes this track sound so desperate and so painful. Talking about running from your problems, the track is called Quicksand, so it's like life is swallowing you up, and the pain in those layered vocals is perfectly presented, you know, on this track. It's really very visual when you hear it. Nobody knows how it feels. Never find a cure, run away from my problem. Yeah, definitely not so energetic of a track, but definitely one of the more visual songs, one of the tracks that's the best at really making you visualize what they're talking about and feel what they're feeling and understand the pain that they talk about, you know, especially because of that screaming in the background, the layered vocal on top of what he's actually talking about. You know, to me, that's him trying to keep his cool on the outside, and on the inside, he's just begging for help. Again, the title being Quicksand feels like it means that you're being like swallowed up by these problems that you're trying to run away from and never really able to get away from them. Brilliantly executed on this track, setting that message, putting that message forth to us. And I like how they were able to present so dark and so important a message in such a simple and easy to grasp way. You know what I mean? Really well done. Dirty Elevator Music is next.
I don't know what you talking about, but you know I get down crazy. I'm trying to talk crazy with you.
Oh, some samples in reverse. I love that. Hey! I love it when you add these like very heavy, loud boom bap drums onto these tracks with a little bit of like a modern twist in the melodies, you know, on the production. Oh man, something about those just loud, reverberant, like wide sounding snares just crashing into your ears when you wear the headphones. and that really bouncy kick pattern that's going to get you, you know, moving. Oh man, I love the sound choice on this already. Let's go. The riffing on the keys is so good. Hey, this snare sounds crisp and clean. I love that. Really interesting that they chose like a really crisp, short sounding snare to juxtapose that very wide one. The energy switch just goes from like really loud to really, not quiet, but less intense. Really, really cool the way that they played with those dynamics. You know, that first snare sounds almost like a gunshot. It's so loud, it's so wide, it takes up so much space in the mix. And this one, you've just got a really crisp, like, you know, it's just like a really short, not as high pitched, crisp little snare that just keeps that 2 and 4. You know what I mean? Really, really brilliant way to play with those dynamics. I love hearing that. I love that. As he gets more aggressive, the snare gets more aggressive. So much swagger in that performance, man. Yeah, man, like I said, crazy play with the dynamics on there. The more aggressive and energetic they get in their performances, the more they lean into that very loud snare. And when they get a little bit softer in their deliveries, they use that really short, crisp snare. The keys riffing in the background and the chords being played are really nice. I love that little reversed melody also. It adds a little bit of like a darkness to the track. Really well done. Confident deliveries, you know, huge presence on the track. Very, very cool. Track 5 is Blessings.
Life is too short, too bad, and too wicked. Cherish today, now it's too late for us to kick it when heaven sent me this angel.
I was just adding that to my playlist. You know, it's immediately I was into the vibe when I heard that little bass line and the guitar playing off of each other, muffled, and then coming into the forefront of the track, you know, being less and less filtered. And then immediately when we got the initial delivery onto this track, we got that really soulful, like, singing performance, very groovy little vibe, very nice, soft, wavy feel to it. You know, it's just like, it's got a very approachable sound to it that kind of transports you. So I was already adding that to my playlist because I just super enjoyed that. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, he went off.
She told me, boy, you raise some stakes. Anytime for belly aches, you got some weight up on you. I ain't got no allowance. I did that on my own. I'm still trying to cope. This
is a great song, dude. I love this. This might be my favorite beat so far. Really smooth, man. I just like how they took a softer approach on that one. It's got a little bit more of a laid back feel to it. Like a very nonchalant delivery for the chorus. Yeah, I love that sound. It's a little bit slower. It's a little bit more of like a vibe, you know what I mean? Heavily enjoyed that one, for sure. The last track is When I'm Gone, featuring Sophie Faith. When I'm gone, just carry on, don't mourn.
I just wanna die, I just wanna cope. All I see is pain, I done lost so.
What a way to start off.
Harder fucking beef and I don't need to eat the wrong colors, so we spawn in the beans. I just wanna shots fired, why you gotta die?
Man.
Nigga, you a kind of woman hating on me. Baby mama, try to control shit, play the victim, see the roast me.
They really held the best for last, bro. Let's go.
Life ain't supposed to be this way. Desensitized from new decay. Rain on my inner.
Little flute?
Come on. I just rally.
Oh my god, dude.
Then I round up on my dog. You are not gone, you empty the void, no energy lost. Immortality, you get through these own thoughts.
I like that they gave him the last verse. I like that they gave that guy the last verse because he, on a track like this, when they're talking about the reality that they're living through and losing friends and this really somber and soulful performance on the chorus, you want the guy with the hardest hitting voice to be last. Really, the anger, the passion, the emotions that he conveys with his performance are, you know, just great for this song specifically. And I think it's fitting that he closes us out on this project. So. Yeah, I think that this project is really interesting. Definitely a great opener for for somebody who's getting into Flatbush Zombies for sure, because the beats are very interesting and compelling, gripping. Their performances really grab your attention and cause you to become more and more intrigued in them as artists, for sure. And I out of 6 tracks, I added 4 of them to the playlist that I really want to keep in heavy rotation. So I think this is a really great project, 20 minutes long, short and sweet. And you should definitely give this a listen if you haven't, because I really like this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Be sure to support the channel any way that you see fit. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll be back in another video very soon. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.